I hope you can. Karen, can everybody see my screen okay? We're in good shape. Give me a thumbs up.
Yep, looks good.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is using AI for trend analysis. A little background about Praxy. Trying to not make these too salesy, but just so you can understand the context of what Praxy does. So previously was with SAP and a number of companies around manufacturing, and everywhere we went, you'd see the kind of picture you're seeing here. You'd have core systems and then kind of what we call Excel hell and lots of different documents spread all over the place. And that's where about 40% of the waste exists in companies, is in these ad hoc and manual processes. So we took that on and we built a platform to digitize all of that. We have a vast array of solutions that cover everything from lean to strategy and supply chain quality, et cetera. You can find these on our websites as well, on our website as well. It's on the front page. If you scroll down, you'll see videos of these. We also do custom work where we pull in data from multiple sources. But we can take these solutions or these areas that are problematic and turn them into fully digitized AI-powered solutions in a matter of a couple of weeks. The platform's very, very fast to build these solutions, and we can build them to the exact specifications of the customer. The best way to think of Praxy is as a process optimization layer that does AI analysis and then all of the different processes, lean, Gemba, 5S audits, on and on and on, like we showed above. And those can sit right on top of your execution layers and or your data and ERP layer and pull all that data together and roll everything up into one solution set. Cross-stack visibility. It provides a very clear AI strategy for what you're trying to do and to build solutions specifically across the platforms and landscape that you have. I included this not to spend a bunch of time, but really we were out of the Praxy realm. This is a little bit more around AI in general. There's a paper link here that you'll get the PowerPoint after as a PDF, and you can go to this link. It's a fairly recent article by Sequoia Capital where they're talking about the stack layers that exist and how the hyperscalers, the AIs, the Anthropics, the Google of the world have generated, these massive models, and they continue to do so. And the next real phase is how do you get business value out of those? The chatbots are the most common area, but there's a tremendous opportunity in building AI-based workflows. You see that here in the center. So what Praxy can do is we can pull all the data from those different areas. We bring that into this NoSQL AI. We're the only company I know of that builds applications primarily on a NoSQL structure. What that means is that we can bring all the data in, put it into a giant grid, and then use our reasoning agents and to take the workflows and each step in those workflows and perfect them into the process that actually ends up in the applications that I showed you above. And so this sort of structure, whether you use Praxy or another methodology, the most common are really use a bespoke app that has some AI in it, build an app from scratch using an API, and then you're building different types of applications just with core code, or use something like Praxy. And I think because of this AI structure, we're in a very unique position to provide real value very rapidly to companies in that. But this is a very kind of new and interesting area in the stack. And again, this link will be in the PowerPoint or PDF version of this you get. So I encourage you to read it and think through it and send comments if you have any. All right, so let's talk about trend analysis. So trend analysis is, really identifying and evaluating market trends. What are the hot startups, key people, tech trends, AI integrations, and more. What we've done in the application we're going to show you is build out a methodology that you can do this in your own company. We can customize this and integrate it with lots of different solutions. But this is a core thing that's done in every company. What I find interesting, there's always a smart person who's kind of the go-to person who does tech trends. Everybody kind of searches around a little bit, and then whoever's the most charismatic kind of wins the arguments in the business meetings. It's not a great way to do it, but it's the best way we had when we were just using our own brains. And Google came along, that helped a lot. We could research and search. But now that we have AI, you can really get another tool in your toolbox to do this work for your company. The benefits of trend analysis, we'll just go through a few of these. Enhancing competitive advantage. This is the most common thing that people are trying to do. What's going on in my market? How do I stay ahead of the competition? How do I not fall behind, et cetera? empowering data-driven decisions. So when you have this information, you can drive much better decision making than if you're doing this only by the seat of your pants or your guesstimates of what's going on in your market. Uncovering hidden patterns. This is terrific from a trend externally, like the ones above are very external focused, but you can use this to find trends in your own data, trends in your quality, trends in your manufacturing process, in your customer acquisition processes. This is really, really powerful. Predicting future outcomes. One of the analysis you can do, when you're setting up your scheduling for your manufacturing is understanding your historical trends in sales, when your hotspots are, where other types of trends and opportunities are that you can use to predict the outcomes, and then do your future scheduling or future optimizations. Optimizing operational efficiency. So this gets to understanding the trends in all kinds of areas, like talking with customers recently, like we're working on overall cost of quality. Like, how do you understand the trends in cost of quality? Because that's not only, the scrap, but it's also your warranty, it's also your customer support escalations. All those kinds of things are quite interesting and require cross-stack analytics. So these are very interesting areas to analyze trends. Streamlining reporting, obviously being able to look at all that information, create visualizations and reports on how to do it. Integrating data from multiple sources. I mentioned the cost of quality. You can look at that also in quality itself. We have customers that have multiple quality databases. We're using different areas and looking across those and integrating that data so that you can see those trends is incredibly important. And then reducing risk, obviously, by seeing this information earlier. You can reduce risk by understanding your business intelligence and making good decisions early on versus waiting until you really got a problem. So those are some key benefits of trend analysis. I'll jump into a demo, the application we prepared for today. Now, what I'll tell you is this application is a focused application around trend analysis. This can be integrated with your innovation. It can be integrated with your KPI dashboards. It can be integrated with your competitive analysis as well. So this is one sort of aspect of generalized analysis that can be integrated. We sort of isolated it here into trend analysis, but we can combine it with any other of our solutions that make sense as you're creating your daily strategic boards for your team. So the process you go through is pretty simple in this application. You first create the URL and name of the app. I'll show you how we do it. And the second step is it goes ahead and generates the trend, and then you can review and update and make changes. Now, I'll jump into one of the ones that were here pre-created, and then we'll modify one. I'll look at Apple, let's say. So this is a list of all, actually going back here, this is the list. We'll go back here again, but this is a list of the different trends that we created three different, very different companies: Apple, Caterpillar, Goldman Sachs. So three very different types of companies, and we're going to generate and run the trends on each of those. So the way you go through this process, you enter the name of the company, you enter the URL, industry overview, and then what we've created here is a list of drop downs that you can do different trend analysis with. And you can see in this case, it's gone and generated an AI integration trend. So Apple Intelligence Core AI system. So it's looking at what Apple is doing around its AI strategies, future projects, expansion of language support, introduction of Genmojis, et cetera, Playground, third-party integrations. And then it basically gives you a summary of that information. So what the AI is doing is something you probably could not get done effectively trying to use just a chatbot environment. What it's doing is it's going and we're creating a series of scrapings and process to go look at the different things going on in Apple, but also you'll see here as you're looking at hot topics in the market, I'm looking at all the areas around other things you might want to, might want to look at. So let's go ahead and look at market trends, and I'll go ahead and regenerate this. The models, when you're working with the API, take a little bit longer than the standard model. So this is a 15-second type of thing. But what's cool about this is that you can look at all kinds of different areas, and this can be added to based on your requirements as a company of the different types of areas that you want to analyze as part of your daily work. The other thing that can be done is all of these workflows are based on, you can see here, okay, so market trends, I'll jump back to that. So global smartphone growth, 6% year over year, regional variations, Latin and Europe, while China is gradually recovering, North American market predicted to have exceptional growth. So you can see how useful and interesting this is, especially if this is customized to all of the key areas that you care about as a company. The other thing that's quite interesting about this to me is if you build this into your KPI dashboard and your weekly meetings, and or part of our system is that we can generate these on a daily basis, for instance, and then export them and email them as a PDF to your team. So you can do analysis that might have, a complete list of all of the different trends and or by type and area, market trends, startups, et cetera. And all of that can go out as a daily report that can go out to your team. And these can all have imagery and other things added to them as part of the process. So I'll go to Caterpillar. We'll look at some of the different ones here. So in the case of Caterpillar, what are the tech trends? It's kind of near and dear to my heart. They are a customer in my last company. So leader in autonomous automated solutions, lots of autonomous tractor work going on in the fields. If you've ever been on one of those, it's a huge job. So having autonomous help in driving is incredibly important. Energy transfer systems. I don't know what this is. System that allows energy transfer both direct and diesel battery. Okay, so sort of like Prius. Sustainable solutions. Caterpillar committed to sustainability, electrification, et cetera. So you can see all of these different things can be applied to any of the companies that you're looking at. Let's go have a quick look at Goldman Sachs. What's here? Okay, so this is also looking at the tech trends going on, AI and machine learning, blockchain, et cetera. Let's look at market trends here. Let's run that one for Goldman Sachs and see what the deltas are and the differences are. So the models behind the scenes, we're basically, as you see in that previous deck, let me jump back there while that's running. So in this previous deck, what we're doing with our reasoning and autonomous agent is going through a prescribed workflow of steps to generate the best, most possible and accurate outcomes for each one of those steps, sort of bubble wrapping each of those steps so that you get really good and valuable information when it comes back. So let's look at market trends around Goldman Sachs. Rebound in M&A and capital market activity. Yeah, there's been a definite dearth of that lately. Industry undergoing digital transformation, AI, blockchain, regular stuff, providing credit alternative investments. Oh, that's interesting. Private credit gaining traction. So you can see this is really interesting and useful work that can be provided to you. And again, this can be integrated with your daily KPI boards, your competitive analysis boards, your innovation and new strategies areas, and all of that can be brought into a single environment inside Praxy. So that's a quick demo of the solution and how it works. Let me jump here. Again, the process is first you set up the URL, you run the analysis. It's quite straightforward and generates it. Again, this is a very focused technology demonstration, not how we would probably implement it inside a full solution around your strategy and KPI deployment. Last thing just to quickly review is how, if you're interested in doing one of these things, how we can quickly support you. Praxy makes all kinds of AI-powered solutions like Lean AI, Gemba solutions, any sort of process application, as you saw on the website, and please go there, there's videos and lots of different application pages that'll show you the different types of things we do. We also do analysis of documents. You can dump a whole bunch of documents in here. We'll give you star charts or bubble charts around the different things you're looking for. It could be RFP, could be resumes, could be PPAP, risk analysis, et cetera. And then we do a lot of cross-stack analytical applications where we're looking at quality issues or other types of scheduling, inventory management, et cetera, where you're trying to find hidden gems in your data to optimize key KPIs that are critically important to your business. We can do incredible work there. It's really quite magical, the insights that can be gained by doing this. There are lots of different value propositions around the different solutions. You can get these. I'll send this in the deck following up for everybody. But the last thing I'd like to offer everybody is that if you're interested in doing any one of these solutions, we offer a free sort of intelligence AI pilot. If we quickly define the goals, we'll have a half-an-hour meeting, say, here's what we need. you send us a data file, simple CSV or connection to your SQL, whatever, however you want to do it. We'll sign NDAs to make sure your data is protected. That's one other thing. The way our system works is none of your data is used to train the models. It's quite secure. We'll then do a detailed investigation, give you some examples of the kind of information that can be provided out of the process, like as imagine, scheduling or trend analysis or document analysis or multi-stack quality database analysis, all those kinds of things. And then we'll put together an ROI around that with you. Our goal is to get you ROI in less than 6 months, so that this is a no-brainer. And we're happy to do this all as a free pilot as part of the work. And usually this will take us about a week to get you some examples of the kinds of value propositions we can provide. So with that, if you're interested, please contact me. This is my email at Praxy. And we also have on our page a schedule a demo here. One of our team will be happy to give you guys a demo. So with that, I'll pause and we can take any questions. I said we'd do about 20 minutes. We're 3 minutes short of that. So on time. Questions, anybody? Karen, I can't, I'm not seeing the chat. So if you can read it. Oh, there we go.
You want me to read it, or do you see it now?
I just got it open. Could this be used for a pricing engine for dynamic retail pricing process? We did just do a pricing pilot. We need to talk about that, but we did just do a pricing pilot where we looked at over 1,000 different products and optimize the pricing to an 8% margin across multiple segments, multiple product types. So yeah, it's very powerful in that area. Where are the sources of these info? That's a good question. We're scraping, we're using our own engines and other engines to scrape lots of different data. We can, in the outcome, provide the sources of that information as well. It wasn't in that one, but we can absolutely do that. But the data is coming through a combination of scraping across different websites and or databases of information. And last thing I would say is that, again, it's an example. We can customize this in a matter of days to exactly your requirements and what you as a company are trying to achieve. The bigger item, I think, conceptually, is that the user interface and framework, it's all very rapid for us to put together. It's really critical to think about what is the most, when you're thinking of analytics, the most critical information that your customer or your business needs to be able to execute clearly, and how that data can be brought in and shared amongst the leadership in the most effective way. And we can build those applications along with the KPIs and all the other core stuff that the executive team is working with into an application versus having ad hoc sort of, hey, I heard some stuff, or I did a ChatGPT search, et cetera. So it becomes part of a workflow. That's really what we specialize in, is making these applications core to a particular workflow that different people in the organization can use, whether that's in manufacturing or strategy, innovation, et cetera. Yes, Chuck. Chuck asked about getting the slide deck. We'll get the slide deck out, and again, happy to do a quick pilot to show you the power of it. I would say it's a very interesting time. I think we're all trying to figure out what the best way to use AI is. You find people are quite used to the chat environment, but our focus is, again, building them into different workflows. And if you go to the website, you'll see a lot of that. And the power of what AI can do in the context of a workflow is quite magical. I'll give you an example. We have any one of our process solutions, like a Gemba Walk, let's say, if anyone's familiar with that, it's basically management by walking around in a manufacturing plant. So you walk around, you're looking for different types of waste. You capture the information on the tablet, et cetera. So you've digitized it, it's terrific. But what's even cooler is the AI then summarizes that information, sends it out to the executive team. It creates a list of best practice suggestions on how to address the issues that were found in that, and we'll even generate and help you manage the project plan to actually execute those fixes. So the ability to take a generalized competent worker and give them vast experience of any other type of process, Gemba Walks, 5S processes, trend analysis, it's incredible opportunity now, but it has to be built into a workflow and a process, or you're just hoping that somebody does a search on something and maybe get something useful. So again, that's just an insight around, I think, where AI is headed to make it most useful for businesses. With that, we said we try to keep it to 20 minutes. Really appreciate everybody joining. Again, go to our website, check it out, and happy to have a dialogue with anybody via email. You have that in the deck as well. We'll get this out to everybody. So have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope everybody had a nice holiday and looking forward to more. You guys, thanks everyone.